back to my channel. I apologize in advance. Welcome back to hell. I love Eddie's mom. You guys get the gist, okay? Welcome back. Today I have my friend Mona. I know a lot of you already know Mona.
Hi.
Today we're gonna talk about Stranger Things.
We're gonna talk about it. Have some fun.
Okay. I don't know where to start. But I guess let's start first things first. Today, as we're filming this, I don't know when this episode will actually be up, probably sometime next week. But they dropped a new teaser trailer today.
I thought you're good. Like, this new episode of your podcast will be out next week, and I mean, Stranger Things 4 won't be out till like next year. It's like, we're good.
Yeah, they just keep saying 2022, but okay, like when?
I'm hoping that it's like early 2022, because when they release all the teaser trailer, and I think we're gonna get like maybe a full-blown better. I think that they're just trying to draw their fandom back in, me included, because like I was getting a little bit out of that.
I agree.
Stage, because I was like, there's nothing new, there's nothing going on, and now they're like feeding us little crumbs, and I'm like,
they're definitely dragging it out to try to get people to stay interested because they know it's taking forever.
like, yeah, like I think what did they say? Because I remember they started filming back in February, and then the pandemic it hit before that, but it really hit everyone, and so they postponed filming.
Yeah,
and then they kept postponing it because there was like too many cases, and honestly, I respect that decision, and it does make production and filming hard. But like,
well, yeah, they started filming February 2020. From what I understand, they filmed the first 2 episodes completely before they were shut down.
Right, but I think with the pandemic, I think they scrapped everything, didn't they? And they wanted to rewrite some stuff and kind of rework it. I think that, from my understanding, that's what happened. I'm not really like.
So they scrapped those first 2 episodes?
I don't know if they scrapped the first 2 episodes or the rest of the season, but I remember them going back to their original ideas and not really wanting to rush a season, even though, like, I don't know what they're gonna do, because we were supposed to get season 4 like 4 years ago.
We got season 3 2 years ago.
We were supposed to get it 2020, right? Last year.
Yes.
Okay.
We're supposed to get
so I think they might age them up to what, like senior year or high school?
I don't know if they're doing an age jump or not. I know
they really need to, because like they just look so much older. Like, did you see like Lucas in the teaser trailer? Oh,
I agree unless they do the It Chapter 2 bullshit, which I'm not a fan of. I didn't like the de-aging. It made everybody look odd. And I hope they don't do that for an entire season, or I hope they don't.
They had the opportunity to have the kids for a little more time, because they did those scenes like 2 years after they filmed the original. They could have filmed if they were planning. I mean, I guess it depends on set times and whatever, but
and money.
And
money. They didn't know if they were gonna for sure get greenlit for a second movie, even though I mean it was kind of obvious they were. But I hope that Stranger Things doesn't pull a Glee and expect us that these full-grown adults are still children and just be okay with it. And I think that's what I don't watch Riverdale, but I think that's what Riverdale does as well. I believe last summer of 2020, they finished writing every episode. So they finished every single script, and then they started filming again in September. And then I guess they filmed on and off because of COVID restrictions. And then they recently wrapped filming. I think they said it was September 5th. So they were almost a full year of filming. But they just recently wrapped, which is great because that's what we want.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, but I agree with you. I kind of lost interest in
I don't know what it was, because I think it was just that there was going to be another season, and I was just kind of, it was dragging on, but like I don't understand that, because like there are shows that have ended and I'm still like avidly, maybe not like fully into the fandom, but like still there, you know, like Teen Wolf, I'm ecstatic, and I know you're not in the fandom, but I'm like ecstatic about like the movie and whatever. And I know that's not, we're going off topic, sorry.
Oh no,
But
I agree. When I'm a fan of something, I stay a fan of it, even if I'm not like active all the
right,
time.
like even though
Yeah.
like it ended, right, we're still like,
Yeah.
like that's a hell of a way. That I will always remember, because that is like how I met my best friend, right? So like,
Yeah. And we know
literally how I met my best friend, it was a Ready depression. That's what it was.
That's how I've met most of my online friends, was Ready depression. And squirrel jokes, of course. But
Stanley just watching Richie. He's like, what the hell are you doing?
Like, you're a grown woman, what the hell are you doing? But no, like, because you know, there's tons of people in the It fandom that have claimed they left, but you know, if that supercut would be announced tomorrow, all these people would be running back, and like, so you know what?
I honestly don't think, it's been so long that I don't think we're getting the supercut, but if Andy wants to surprise us with something, Andy, maybe you're watching this, please, please give us the supercut.
If Andy's watching any of my content, I'm sorry, Andy. But I don't know, Finn Wolfhard said next year, and that was like this year on like a meeting on you know, like a Zoom call with a fan. So the actors are still clinging on to hope. So
yeah, I think, well, like, that goes back to me, you know, like maybe not clinging to the idea of being an actor because of one thing, but like you see how easily people click right away, like how they were on the set of it, like everybody, and Stranger Things, like everybody just clicked. I don't know. And like that always kind of stuck with me, because I'm like, I would love to make friends that easily. And like I just saw like something go, I was like, your cat. I was like,
oh yeah, you'll see them.
but like I just saw its tail, and like I was like, what the hell is that? You got like the Grim Reaper.
Oh, that was Coco.
I was
I saw this meme.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny. So there's a lot of uproar about the Dear Evan Hansen movie and the actor playing Evan looking too old. And there's a picture of, you know what I'm talking about, right? And there's a picture of him, and it said Stranger Things cast season 4 is gonna be like. Okay, let's go to my list that I had you to prepare. Who are your top 3 favorite characters? So starting from like 3, 2, 1. We could go back and forth if you want. So who's your like number 3?
Okay. Here's my thing though. My favorite character changed like every season. So
right, tell me every season then. Or
okay. Season 1, my favorite is Mike Wheeler.
Okay.
Season 2, it was Will. Season 3, I feel like I'm gonna get so like people. I feel like people are gonna hate me for this, because everybody hated Mike Wheeler in season 3, but he was one of my favorite characters. But I would say Max was my favorite character season 3.
Okay. I actually put together like an actual list. So
I feel like you're gonna say Steve Harrington.
my third is Max. I really like Max. My second is Will. And then number 1 is Steve.
See, I knew it.
And maybe it's because, you know, I can relate to Steve because everyone calls him Mama Steve. And people called me Mom, even though I did not birth or raise any of these children. Just like Steve.
Do they really call you that? Uh-oh.
My whole fandom calls me Mom.
Aww.
And I just like, if it makes them happy.
Well, I mean, I don't call but like, what do you call your fans?
What do I call my fans?
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think of a different name because right now the name that I have sounds unintentionally inappropriate, and I don't mean it that way. And I call them the glitz,
Oh,
and it's like
oh.
glee it, but yeah, you know.
Mm.
So now I'm honestly thinking of calling them the squirrels.
I love that.
Or maybe I should do something with like I don't know, the
What?
Delilah-nators. I don't know.
What?
The Delilah-nators.
See, I don't even have that big of a base of a fandom to even like think about what they would call them or what I would call them.
Mhm. You know, I have a total of 37K on both of my, like, when you combine my accounts, and I still don't know what to,
You still what?
I still don't know what to call. I still don't know what to call them. So like,
I have no idea. Because like my whole brand is like either Mona cosplays or Mondays with Mona, and I have no idea what to do with that.
yeah, like it's hard because like usually the fandom is what comes up with the name though. Usually it's usually
Yeah.
not the person, it's usually the fandom that
That's
decides what they
true.
want to be called. So maybe I'll leave it up to them, you know, as long as it's not offensive. Um, okay, who's your least favorite character or characters of like the main cast?
Oh,
Like
the main cast?
the
I was
main
thinking, I was like,
in
hey,
any
give me a
season.
minute.
Yeah, in any season. Yeah, it can't be like a default. Like when you like think about it can't be like Bev's dad. Like, yeah, I know everyone hates
Can't
him.
be like,
Yeah, like
it can't be like in season 3, the I forget what his name is, the Terminator guy.
yeah, no, like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I meant like main cast. Yeah.
Least favorite. Can I do seasons? Because I can think of
Sure.
seasons.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could do seasons.
Okay. Least favorite in season 1, Jonathan.
Okay. He was a little odd in season
Just a little
1.
bit. Like, I mean, towards like the beginning of the season, he was my least favorite, but like toward the end of it,
Because like why was
loved
he
him.
taking pictures through the window?
Because he's ugly.
He was like, I was
I
looking
mean,
for
it
my
didn't make it
brother.
okay, but still.
I mean, yeah, like it still gave a piece of evidence for like Barb and stuff, but like still like what are you doing?
Right. And then season 2, least favorite was Lucas.
Okay.
Um, just because like I kind of agree. Like, obviously, she's a good addition to the party, but I didn't like how focused he was just on her, and like also like Dustin and him like fighting over her. I mean, like it's a good plot line, but I don't know. And then season 3, Karen.
Oh, the mom, Mike's mom, right?
Yeah.
Can I just talk about how pretty she is?
She's really
Oh my
pretty, but like
gosh.
the only reason she's my least favorite in that season is because season 1 and 2 you get to see her as a caring, loving mother, and then
Yeah.
season 3 you get to see her like flirting with Billy, and I'm like, what is this?
It's that part where she like looks over at her husband and her daughter is like asleep on him. Like, girl, you have it so good you don't even realize. You know what I mean? Um. Okay.
Do you have a favorite Stranger Things quote? I know you have your questions, and I'm sorry.
Fine. I'll answer that after this. So my least favorite character, I might get hate or praise. I don't care. And this isn't personal. And I don't hate this character. He's just my least favorite. It's Mike. And that's mainly because of season 3. And it was mainly because of the clinginess on 11. And again, it's not personal. I know that he's a kid. I know that's normal. It was just.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like that. That when I say I like season 3, Meg, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like after that. I'm talking about like after the clinginess.
I don't hate him, or I don't even like dislike him. It's just like that's just what pushed him at the bottom. It's not like it's not personal. It's nothing to do with Finn Wolfhard, obviously, because I love Kid Richie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but my favorite Stranger Things quote, I'm trying to think. It's been a few months since last time I've watched Stranger Things. Do you have one? A favorite quote?
One of my favorite quotes, yeah, one of my favorite quotes, I could just be like, oh yeah, it was 11's quote when she said no. No, one of my favorite quotes was like from Robin in season 3. She was like, that's 0 for 6, Papa. And she's like, yeah, and I can read too, that one.
Mhm.
Like that one, or like one of my favorite scenes was that scene in the bathroom, because that was so powerful, especially like I know it came out, you know, in 2019, but like for the time period that they were doing it in,
Mhm.
that was great. And the way that they did it.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite quote, but one of my favorite scenes of the show is when you get to see Eleven and Max have a friendship, and then like that whole mall scene, and then my favorite quote is I dump your ass.
There
That's
you
my
go.
favorite. There we go. That's my favorite quote.
That was one of my favorite quotes too, but it wasn't because it was because of the quote too, but it was more because of like Mike's face. He looked so disgusted. And it was like, because she said, I dump your ass. And he went,
Um, I also love when like they're like spying on the boys and they're like all being gross.
mm-hmm.
And then I also feel bad for Will because you know I'm not a boy. I didn't really have those, I guess, you know, bro experiences. But I can imagine how hard it would be for a boy in a group to have friends with all the other guys that are now into girls, and he's not, and he just wants to play some D&D, and
No,
everyone.
he wants to be with his best friend too.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. But like it's just like, but you know, like I kind of get where he's coming from, where it's just like everyone's so like obsessed with like partners. Well, I guess from a girl expects like to, what's the word, perspective. I guess I was a late bloomer. I was not interested in romantic relationships as soon as my friends were, and it's annoying. It's annoying, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, it popped back into my head. My favorite quote, I remember it now. Like my actual favorite quote is it's your grandma. And that was like my favorite blooper too, because they couldn't stop laughing. They're like, it's your grandma. The word is so funny. Like,
Grandma.
we need to insert this clip in here somehow.
He's like his grandma who can. And he literally told this kid thought his grandma was gonna die, and he. But have you seen those TikTok videos of the guy that dresses up as 11 and goes out in public?
No,
Yeah.
wait, maybe.
And he like causes a scene, and he goes, "Papa, Papa, ego my Lego, Papa."
No, I've never.
And the other guy's like, "No, 11, no, I don't have the money." He's like, and it's like, "Papa, Papa," and then like always like does some weird crap to him.
Papa.
Yeah, and then like he falls down and he wipes his
I
nose.
need to get back into 11 cosplay. I just don't have my cosplay here.
You should. And next time I see one of those videos, I'll send one to you because it's a whole.
Please do.
Okay. Who is your favorite ship? Now this is a little controversial talk because when it comes to Stranger Things ships, I kind of get a little uncomfortable talking about them, and I'll explain in a minute. But who's your favorite ship?
I know why. I know why. Yeah. Okay. 2 favorites. Jonathan and Nancy and Byler. And I know, yes, technically it's not canon, or like maybe it is, I don't know, but I like it. I like Mike and 11 together, not the clingy part. That was a really long way to say clingy. I don't know why I said it like that. But the one ship I do not like is Robin and Steve. I don't. Oh, also I love Joyce and Hopper. Love that. But I don't like Robin and Steve as a couple together, because
I
then
agree.
people ship them, they're taking away the whole scene that she did saying, I didn't want you, wanted Tammy Thompson. They're
Yes.
taking away from her telling him how she feels and telling him, hey, I really like you, but not like that.
Yeah. No, I agree 100% with that. My favorite ships is probably Jonathan and Nancy because they're really cute. I like Joyce and Hopper, but I really liked Joyce and Bob.
I didn't like Bob. I feel like I'm gonna get hated for that, but I didn't like Bob. Also, I love the fact that Charlie and Natalia have been together for like 6 years.
Yeah, I think that's cute. In real life, I'm always a sucker when the relationship bleeds into real life. I'm not a big fan of shipping. I'm not a fan of shipping the
Another kid?
younger cast. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, you ship Richie and Eddie, but that's different because they grow into adults and they have that whole history and they're adults.
Oh, so you don't like talking about like Mike and Eleven and like Byler and stuff like
Yes.
that?
Well, so like I don't have anything against these ships in the slightest. It's just like me personally, I don't really ship them
Ship
because
it.
they're like 14 years old, and again, we don't see an older version of them. It's not like an It where we see, so it's different, like
Yeah.
if they have a time jump, that might change.
Mm.
But as of right now, and mainly with 11 and Mike, I'm not saying they're not cute together because they are cute together. It's 11 has spent her whole life inside of this facility and she doesn't even know who she is. And she's
I
spending
think
all
that's what
her
we're gonna get.
time.
I think that's what we're gonna get in season
Mhm.
4, because she's nowhere to be seen in
Yeah.
the trailer, except for like the first teaser trailer with
Yeah.
her like long hair. Also, she looks a lot like Joyce.
She looks cute.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And her hair is so freaking long. It's like,
But I feel like 11 hasn't really found herself and she should, I don't know, I think they should dive in more to her and her personality than her just making up with Mike. Or just spending time with Mike. And that even showed how she didn't even have a style. She didn't even have clothing she liked.
it was all
Until Max,
his.
yeah, until Max came along and was like,
I was just curious on who paid for all that.
so I'm assuming either Hopper's credit card or they stole it.
or Max's, what's her dad, her
That's true.
stepdad.
Credit card. Just charge it to the car. Kids don't even know what
Do you
that means.
think that anyone who's presumably dead, do you think someone is going to come back?
Anyone that's dead that's gonna come back. Well, we already know Hopper. They
Sure.
spoiled that for us.
You think Alexi is going to come back?
I wish. I think he's I liked his character. I think he was very innocent and sweet. Anyone dead? I can't think of anyone dead coming back. Kind of like Barb. To come back. It's Barb, bitches, and she like.
They saw her in season 1 and they didn't take her. They didn't do anything. They just left her there.
Can you imagine? It's like season 4. She rises from the ground, and it's just like it's the beginning of "Give Me More" by Britney Spears, and instead of Britney bitch, it's Barb bitch.
You notice it's all bees too. It's all Barb, Bob, and who was the other bee? There's another one that died. Somebody. Barb, Bob,
Billy.
Billy.
Billy. I could see Billy coming back actually.
I can't. I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I could see maybe coming back in like a dream sequence, or like maybe not in like a real life sequence.
This is the only thing about these types of shows is it really scares you on like other dimensions and other universes or things that might exist. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like you don't know what exists, and like something like the mind flare or whatever demogorgons could exist, and that terrifies me. I'm like, oh my god.
I have a very open mind, and my husband actually believes in alternate universes, like Rick and Morty, for example. He says that it's like almost impossible for there not to be alternate universes. I don't know. He explained it a lot better than but like if you think about it, like space and the solar system and how big it is, oh, you really think we're the only
Right, like
people?
there could be other
know?
there could be other universes, there could be other
Mhm.
there could be other like dimensions, whatever, like literally, or like a multiverse, like
Mhm.
literally everything that has been created through our own imaginations, you have no idea if that could technically be real or not.
Yeah.
Like the freaking like shifting realities, or like the multiverse, and like, so like in another dimension, in another universe somewhere, there is an actual Spider-Man or something like that. And I feel like when I say that, it sounds stupid, but it could be true. You never really know.
That's what the theory of shifting is. When people try to shift, it's the theory that any reality you can think of exists. Meaning all this media we watch somewhere, it actually like exists.
Happen. Yeah.
I remember once I was really tired and I got on my Discord and I was like thinking, and I was like, what if every TV show we're watching is just being like, what if they're just other realities and they're just being streamed to us, and like somewhere in another dimension of reality, they're watching us right now on TV.
Hi.
And everyone's like, Elena, log off.
But that's actually a pretty like fun theory. It's always like, it's so imaginative, right? So like you're just putting into your imagination and you're like, this could be real, but it could also be fake, but it could be real. So let's just go on a path here that it's real and stick with that.
No, like, and like I'm like, I'm so open-minded about this stuff.
Like there's shows like the 4400 and like Manifest and whatever. And I don't know if you've ever watched the 4400, but it's similar to Manifest, and it's like these people have been gone for like decades and or several years, right? And then Manifest is they've been gone for 5 years. They disappeared on a plane, right? And then it just magically comes back out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay. But then somebody told me that there was a story, and I read up on it. There was a story in the 70s that this thing actually happened, and that multiple people went missing for multiple years, and then they came back with no recollection of where they went, of like how much time had passed. They came back and thought, it was the year that they had disappeared. I'm like,
that's crazy,
right?
No, like I totally, like, I don't know, like I could believe it, and I think there are actual people studying different dimensions and universes, like actively, like.
So I mean, we don't know what kind of experiments are going on. So like, anyone working in this field, please don't open a portal to the upside down and release the freaking everything that we just went through. Because I only say this because I know if this was real and this would happen, I would die first. So please don't do that.
For real. No, I'd be the hot mom. And then probably die.
No, seriously, like I feel like for as much as I've watched shows like this and TV shows and movies, and I would know how they would escape, I'd still end up dying first. Like or like any horror movie. I don't know if you ever grew up watching Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, I did.
But remember that one episode where they got trapped inside a horror movie, and then Justin fell down and he's like, Alex, go on without me. And she's like, just get up. And he's like, oh, okay. So back to Stranger Things. Okay, what else did you say? I'm trying to see what else you said, because
Cool. Okay, what's your favorite season?
2.
2?
1, 2.
I think mine, you know what? 2 is really close, but I think 3 was my favorite season. I just like the 4th of July vibe.
I didn't like the close-up of all the rats.
Oh, I hated that. I don't like things with animals. Oh, I hated that. I felt bad. Like, oh my God. And nobody warned me when people had recommended for me to watch this show. I had said, is there any huge trigger warnings? And nobody mentioned the animal trigger warning.
I didn't know that that was a trigger warning for you. Otherwise, I would have said something.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Because I think you watched it before I even got the chance to even say you should watch it.
Yeah, I watched it. I think I started watching it. I watched it like a year ago, like August, September last year. I finally sat down to watch it. Which a lot of people were like, "How can you be in the It fandom and not watch Stranger Things?" But I had said
You can totally separate a fandom between, because people are forgetting that right, but people are forgetting that it came out like 20, 30 years ago, like in the 90s, right? So 20.
And Stranger Things apparently drew inspiration from the book of It.
Right, exactly. So I mean, it's similar. It might be similar, but you don't have to be in any.
And I also hate how people pin the two against each other. It's being like Stranger Things.
They're both good. You don't have to be in either fandom, or you could be in both, or you don't have to be in one. Like, really.
And I'm just like, I don't think they're fair to compare the two because they're two different stories about two different things, and one has more opportunity to have more media because it's a TV show versus the movies.
And because it's being written in real time, whereas it can have changes and it can be, but it's a
book that you just go by that book for the main plot.
Exactly. And then you have to also kind of depict what to put in and what to take out. Like,
yeah, I don't think they're
obviously that scene, we're not going to talk about it, but that scene, thank God he took it out. I
read a theory that Stranger Things and It takes place in the same universe.
That's the thing. So
I think my opinion, so this might sound a little weird, I think It, Stranger Things, and the Umbrella Academy all take place in the same universe.
You think Umbrella Academy too? It could. You're right.
I don't know why. Just because.
It, Umbrella Academy,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Let's throw some Glee in there too.
I'm sure in the It universe. I'm sure in the It universe there's some Kurt Hummel.
There's some Kurt Hummel. His name's Richie. Okay.
Can he sing?
I hope so. I don't know. Can Bill Hader sing?
Yes. Well, Finn can.
There you go. Okay. What was the saddest death for you?
Am I allowed to say Hopper even though I know he's not dead?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I think either Alexi or Hopper. Like Alexi, like that really hurt. And then like Hopper, when I thought, I was like, oh my God, no, he has to be coming back. He has to. And then I saw the thing and I was like, oh my God, he's back.
I could agree with that. That was really sad, and the letter and everything. And I so much love that Joyce took her in. And then Alexi's was incredibly sad and devastating to me. But in my opinion, the saddest death, there's don't get me wrong, all like main characters' deaths are sad. I think, and I know you don't like him, but Bob, and I just felt like the whole scene, and then Joyce watching him, I don't know, like it gave me Richie and Eddie flashbacks, and it made me feel sad. And then Billy's was sad.
I love Sean Astin, but like
Billy's was really sad too. And I didn't know how to feel about Billy at the end because you could tell he was trying to fight it, but he was also kind of already a jerk. But did he really deserve what he had to go through? You know what I mean? Like,
I think he was the way that he was because of certain things that happened in his childhood and that caused trauma, so I mean, not everything happens that way, but I think the way that the show presented it, that's what I got from
Barb's was sad too, and I really appreciated that in the second season. Like in the second season, Nancy was literally like, no, like Barb, like her parents, like she didn't just forget about her,
like Will came back, why didn't Barb? That was her mindset.
Yeah, I like that they did that because you can't just forget it. Like, come on, like she was a girl that went missing in a small town, like,
But like that's the thing is But that's the thing, even in like Derry was a small town, and every like couple days they would forget about the kid, and they would like, they
That
put
was
Betty Ripson's picture over Ed Corcoran's.
That's different. That's different though, because that was Pennywise's manipulation over the town.
Oh,
This in Stranger Things, they didn't have that. They just
forgot about her.
they forgot about her because they kind of deemed her as a runaway. You know what I mean?
Why would she? Oh,
Because her car was parked at the bus station or something. Remember?
right, but why would bus station?
Yeah,
But
they
like
tried
she
to
was
explain it.
happy, she wouldn't have run away.
But that's what our parents kept saying. But nobody, whatever. And then Hopper knows what actually happened to her, but he couldn't say. So
Oh yeah, she's dead. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. That bitch dead.
Sorry, that was really broad, but like that's what happened.
This video I made was when Taylor Swift Champagne Problems was going around, and it was like the Losers Club Champagne Problems. And I put for Stan dead. and then for Eddie I put hot mom, and then I put also dead. I'm sorry. And then I go back and rewatch my videos, and I don't know if this is conceited
What
or
was
not.
Richie's?
Only attracted to people with the last name Casperad. But I don't
Beverly.
Love triangle thing.
Oh.
I forget what Bill's was, but I think I said something about his ponytail in the miniseries. I think Ben's was Simp. Mike's was like not enough screen time. Like I like broke like the fourth wall.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if this is conceited or not, but I'll go through my old videos and I will crack myself up.
Do you know what's funny is we're talking about Stranger Things? I was looking at my TikTok and like at the top, these are like old videos, and someone liked like 4 of my 11 videos.
Oh, it's fate.
Just gonna tell you, it's my birthday. Ta-da! No, can't be. I distinctly remember. Your birthday was last year.
Look how long my hair has gotten. Oh my god.
They're kind of an annual thing. I'm just gonna tell you, it's my
Your hair has.
Don't slam my door. I'll slam whatever I want.
I'll slam whatever I want.
There's this new thing. It's called knocking. Get out. I'm waiting for the ring cycle.
I like
Sorry.
the Dance Moms audio one. I'll slam whatever.
Yeah, it was
I
Hopper
want.
her slamming the door, and then Hopper walks in and goes, "Don't slam my door." She's like, "I'll slam whatever I want." A rebellious phase. If you have anything that I can do in Richie cosplay, let me know. That was directed at you, Elena, and also at like anyone in the comments, like.
Well, I did write a it parody, and my goal for this parody, my ultimate dream was to film it and put it on YouTube.
Ooh.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
I think it's hilarious. It's so funny, but realistically, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So what I might do is I might just get a few people and record a voice reading of what I made, and then release it that way, because it
On voice?
Yeah, like when people do script reads.
Yeah.
Kind of
I like a table read.
Yeah, kind of like just do that.
And then release it, maybe?
Maybe if I can, yeah. Because I really want to release it because it's so funny.
Or just have everyone that you want to be in it, just do this. Just go just over here, and just I don't know, like squirrels or something.
Like I might do it on Zoom with people, because I know you said you would do it, and then Cam, and then I have to get people over 18, because I just feel like with the nature of it,
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier that I'm really frustrated that Stranger Things is not giving us a release date. That they're only giving us 2022, and there's 12 months in 2022. Like, what does that
I
mean?
think that
know?
that's what they're trying to do, is they're just like leading us on to it, but I think that it's gonna be early 2022, like probably like February or like March or something. Do it by season, right? They do it by like actual seasons, because like first season was Thanksgiving going into like Christmas, right? Or the yeah.
Yes.
And then the second season was Halloween, and then the third season was summer. So the
Yeah.
fourth season could easily be like, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna keep doing that, but the fourth season could easily be like Easter, which is like March or April, or
Or
Valentine's Day, but I don't think that's like considered that they would actually do that.
a lot of people thought it would be like another Thanksgiving Christmas one again, because they had referenced in the previous season that you're gonna come out for Christmas, right? And but now that they might have changed the script, who knows?
I'm just excited to see where they're gonna leave off, because I was kind of excited to see 11 and Will be like siblings,
Yeah.
but I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Like,
Because I was excited to see that, and then you kind of go into this new trailer and it's like a whole bunch of new information, and you're like, oh, okay.
so
I-
sorry, I'm trying to look for one of my old videos to show you, and I have so many that I can't even like
That's okay. What the count is?
I can't even find it. But so like, do you really think Will, because I know a lot of people are speculating, but a lot of people think he's either gay or asexual. But he's still a kid too, so like he could just be not interested at the
I
moment.
think he could
you
be
know?
like, figuring himself out. And what I do want to see, if they do go to a path of him, finding himself and him
Mhm.
coming out, I would really love to see a conversation between him and Robin, because I think that would be really sweet, especially that character development and that character pairing.
Yeah.
Um,
I think so too. I guess it would be nice to have that representation. You know what I mean?
I think it would, and I think because people have been like wanting that since like the first or second season, I think that it's not gonna be like completely forced.
But do you think that they'll actually put him with Mike? Because in my opinion,
I don't think that they will, because Mike is like fully invested in 11, and I think probably the fourth season, based on what I've seen, and 11 not being there and them all like being in the house, I feel like it's his like mission that he's going on. We need to find her. We need to find her.
Yeah.
Let's go, kind of thing. So it's going to be focused on her again, which is not a bad thing. I just think like
yeah,
Will isn't going to get the really happy ending that he wants to.
right. And with Mike, I remember I saw a video, somebody was joking, it was like Hollywood was like, we need someone to play a young gay teenager, and it was like Finn Wolfhard. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry. It's funny because Finn Wolfhard claims that in the first when he filmed it, he didn't know that Richie was
He
going to
thought
be
that
there.
Eddie and him were like brothers. I'm like, dude.
But
I'm sorry that I have to tell you this, but
a part of me wonders if he was lying, because the
he
creator
said that he read the book.
well, because Andy said that was their intention from the beginning, like that Richie was going to be gay, and the original script that was scrapped, Richie was literally full out gay. Like he was like, so I have a hard time believing that he didn't know, because that was always the intention. People were like,
Right, but Finn wasn't gonna be in that. They pushed it for him in 2017 because he was filming Stranger Things. They pushed it for him, and then I think they just did some script changes. I don't know the whole story.
And so I think there's a possibility that Finn did know, but maybe he didn't want to spoil it. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
maybe he was just kind of like, or maybe they didn't tell him because he was a kid, and maybe they didn't want him risk him trying to play Richie differently and trying to.
I have a video that I posted. Oh, sorry.
No, you can.
That's
No,
true.
go ahead.
I have a video that I posted of Stranger Things of like maybe like last year when
Mhm.
like a line or something had gotten leaked, but it's not really. And it was like something about Mike and Will, and then I used the audio. Are we about to kiss right now? It was Noah to Finn, and then it was gonna be Finn being like, "What? No, why?" And then the caption above it was Finn thinking they're like brothers, because that was the joke, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
No, I'm really excited for season 4 of Stranger Things. I'll admit I'm not like super hardcore in the fandom. I don't make Stranger Things content because people are actually telling me not to because they said like a lot of people in the fandom is just really intense.
It is intense, and a lot of people gatekeep, and a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's for me, it's my account, and I want to post what I want to post. And if you want to
Mhm.
post some content, you should. But like,
I
if you
thought
don't want
about
to,
it.
it's
I might still eventually do it. It's just it's hard for me to get into it. And I do get nervous again because again their fans are so passionate. It's like the Glee fandom, you know, like
yeah, I'm very passionate.
they're just very passionate, and it's just like
Yeah.
you know I'm excited though. I'm excited to have something to binge watch again.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like me and my sister just got into this new show on Hulu. It's called Nine Perfect Strangers. It's actually really good.
Really?
Mhm.
See, what I like to do when I first watch shows, like on Netflix, since the whole season gets put out at the same time, I try to split it up by watching one episode a night because I always think when I'm done, wow, I wish I could experience watching that show again for the first time. So I
Yeah.
try to drag the experience out as much as I can, and then the second time I just binge watch it. You know?
That's true. That's good. Me, I don't do that. I just binge watch.
Binge watch it.
Mhm.
Stranger Things, I can do it, but when Umbrella Academy comes out, I don't know if I'm gonna have the willpower because I love that show so much.
But like, can we just like analyze this trailer for a second? Because this is like,
So I definitely think this is the 50s to the 60s. It's,
yeah, like that tells you.
I don't think it's 70s, and it's definitely not 80s. I
No,
don't
it
think
has to be
so.
like 50s to 60s.
So, and I don't know who this family is, and I don't know what this house means. I've never seen it before.
No. And you can tell like by the music, it does sound like 50s and 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Picture perfect family, right?
Mm-hmm. This song gives me a nostalgia vibes.
And then there's a kid, right? He has powers and she does too.
I don't think they have powers.
Really? It said it
I think that's like the upside down.
really?
Yeah,
Because in
that's
one
what I
of
took it as.
the really?
Yeah.
Because they posted this trailer on multiple accounts, and in one of them it said
0, 3, and 0, 4,
3
right?
and 4, like 004.
That would, you know what? I didn't even put that would make sense. I didn't even put that together. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep
Because
going.
I guess they must have experimented on kids in different decades. And like
That
the
would
kids
make
are
sense.
probably like in the 80s, right? They're grown-ups now.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah. And then this is what confused me was right here. Wait. The kids are like lying down here, so I don't know like if they died or like what happened, if that was the upside down, and if it was their powers that.
What if those aren't actually their parents?
Oh. So do you think they like maybe got them unconscious and took them to Hawkins' lab?
Maybe. Maybe they're trying to put up a show for them. for just a little bit for whatever reason, and because the dad didn't seem like he cared, and he's standing right there.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm calling it now. We'll see. We'll see in a few months, I guess.
That's a good theory. That's actually, I'm excited to see what happens. And then you have it in the 80s.
They just throw a brick through the
Yeah, because they don't have 11 to unlock it for them.
Oh yeah, because her powers, that's right.
What sort of clues you're supposed to be looking for here? The world is full of all these things which nobody by any chance ever observes.
See, like Lucas is so done.
Sherlock Holmes.
I think they're trying to play them off as kids still.
You think so?
Just by the way they look, yeah.
I mean, they don't look bad.
See, that actually made me mad. I got really mad at that very last part, 2022. I'm like, okay, and 2022, okay. Thank you to anyone that has suffered through it. That suffered through this. I love you guys so much for watching and supporting anything that I do.
Thank you guys for sitting here and suffering with us.
I'll put all of Mona's information in like the bios and the links and all that good stuff. And I love you guys.
Yeah,
and,
appreciate my content. I'm here as a guest, but like appreciate it.
And
Sorry.
thank you for tuning into the Sonia Kasbrak fan club. Bye.
Bye guys. See you